Hi guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. It's time for day 2 of our crafty advent calendar from Spellbinders. I love the way that little car ornament turned out yesterday. Yay! And I have it over on a tree. So if you haven't seen the pictures already, be sure to check out my Instagram because it's over there. Let's go ahead and open up number 2. So number 2 is over here. I also discovered something else when I don't always look at everything, but when I was putting everything away, because I put my little car die right back where I got it, I discovered something else that they did that is very, very helpful. So let's go ahead and open this up and I will show you. Okay, so one thing that they have done is Spellbinders gave us a little idea on the inside as to what it's supposed to look like. So I wound up finding out that the reason I had such a long cord for the string on that car is it was supposed to be made to wrap around the car. Okay, I didn't realize that. It's kind of so that you would be, I don't know, you tied your package down to the car so that you don't lose it, right? Okay, so now we've got another one. So let's go ahead and pop that one out. This time we have a stamp. There we go. So this one is a nice little stamp. It looks like a rose on there and some other flowers, and it says, "Sending good thoughts." So let's go ahead and make something with this one. Usually I start with the focal image and end with the sentiment. This time I'm doing it the other way around. I am doing what I normally do though, and I'm going to be heat embossing over VersaFine Clair. Just adding some clear embossing over the top makes it look like black embossing powder. And then I'm going to decide where I want my flowers. So I'm going to do a little bit of easy, simple watercoloring for these. Just adding a little bit of color into the different flowers, using some Simon Hurley ink. So I'm trying to do what he does because, you know, Simon's stuff looks so good. Anyway, love it, love it. He always puts water down first and then adds the color on so that it blends well. I have this bad habit. Number 1, I do it on regular cardstock. And number 2, I kind of always just get the color on my brush and then go for it. I always forget to put a little bit of water down first. So I am doing that this time. So these little flowers I'm doing in Simon's Slippery When Wet. And then the other flowers I'm going to do in red. So that's going to be Bee Sting. And there were a couple of the flowers that I forgot to add the water to, but that's okay. And I probably have more ink down on my palette than I actually need. But that just means I can deepen up some of the colors if I want to, because I have extra ink that I don't really want to waste, right? Okay, so that's going to be it for my Slippery When Wet. So let's come in with some, there's actually 2 different flowers on here left. We've got the big one and then we've got a smaller one. So I haven't decided if I'm going to use the red Bee Sting for both or just for that large rose. Okay, so that other flower, I do want to do something different. So I'm going to do a little bit of Remember Me. Again, adding a little bit of water down, and then we'll go over it with the color. And this is really a messy watercolor look. I'm not trying for anything realistic. I'm just adding some color down and kind of giving it that little bit of an artsy look, you know? Okay, so that's it for that one. I'm going to leave that there, though, because if I mix it with my later gator, that gives me another color of green to work with, because all of my leaves are going to be green. That just means I can give it a little bit of variation of color if I want to. So now I'm going to trim it down a little bit. I think that turned out super cute. Masking the flowers was a great idea. I love that. Makes that smaller image bigger, and I'm loving, loving, loving that. Okay, so I think I'm going to put this on. I'm going to do a white card base, and I think I want to do a yellow panel. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that. That looks great. I'm going to do that. So this is going to be mostly a one-layer card. I could do it as a one-layer card if I put it on a yellow card base. And I think I am going to do that. Just pop it up on some foam. I'm also trying to use up some of the stuff that's in my stash, and I have some Dries foam, so I'm using up some of that. You guys saw that on yesterday's video because I used some of that foam for that little car that I decided to turn into an ornament. Okay, so that's a little bit smaller. I need to trim just a little bit more off of the edge here, and then this will be ready to go onto my card base. Now, some of the foam that I've got has got an adhesive side and some doesn't. This one does have an adhesive side, so I'll just put the adhesive side down onto my card panel, and then I'll use my liquid glue to adhere it to the card base. And now we know that we don't have any saggy middles because the entire panel is covered. This is also a little thicker than my regular foam tape, so I don't really use it that much, and I don't really want to do an additional layer of dimension because that's going to be a little bit too much. So we're going to pop this under my acrylic block to dry, and then see if we need to add anything more. So to finish it off, I'm going to add a few little gems. And just something else that I've had sitting in my stash. And that is going to finish up a cute card made using day 2 of our Advent calendar series. So you guys be sure to check back tomorrow. I will be back at 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a live stream, and we've got a couple of guests coming on to help me play with my Advent calendar. See you guys then. Bye, guys.